Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Get On With It, the Ur-Quan Masters, episode 20... Super Melee was 27, so this won't be 28? Right, which is gonna mess up my save scheme again and I'm gonna have to skip a slot. Or, yes, I am right. That was the 26th save. That was 27. This will be 28. Okay, I can do this. See, whenever I do those Super Melee sessions, I sacrifice so much for all of you. My time, my dignity, my save slots. Oh man, so yes, in the last official campaign video episode thing, we did a lot. We talked to the show Fixty, we hung a left, or right, or whatever, in space, after consulting our blob here, and we met the Umga, and we got ourselves a talking pet. By the way, you'll see the Bakunk have merge clashed with the Yehat here. That's who is there. We haven't seen their sphere of influence until now, but yeah, that's who's there. The Yehat. Woohoo! Isn't that wonderful? Now, how much fuel do I have? 39 units of fuel. How far away is Seoul? 45.2. But I can use a wormhole there, 10 fuel units, and I can get back to Seoul just fine. However, instead of doing that, I believe in this video I'm going to, at long last, investigate, wow, I selected it correctly there, Epsilon Gruis, to figure out just what happened to the SPATHI. You've noticed the past several videos, their sphere of influence suddenly went poof. So it's kinda curious as to what could have possibly happened with our good old friends, the SPATHI. So we're gonna go do that, and oh, wait, we're going to engage in a fight.
Hello, human Earthling Savior. Although we appreciate your efforts on our behalf, we really hate eternal gratitude stuff. So we've decided to kill you now. We pretty crazy blobbies, no?
I would pretty much classify the Umga as chaotic stupid. Not chaotic neutral, not chaotic evil, chaotic stupid. Let's play. Let's pretend like I can actually run away from that ship and attempt to hit it, causing massive quantities of damage, all the while not underestimating their capabilities of catching me and hitting the planet. Shoot! Scott! No! Out! Theo! No, Rudy! Oh boy. Dangerous game I'm playing here at the flagship. Dangerous, but I guess I could have an Umga fight, but in that situation, I'm pretty sure the AI would win thanks to my ineptitude. Oh well. I'm pathetic. I understand. The bright side, the flagship can take care of the AI, because it's not going to utilize its advantages like it should. Right, that was fun. Let's not coast into any more of those ships, and you'll see that they are now flying throughout the solar system to come eat my flesh. Perhaps they are.
The ultimate evil.
Moving on. Now, some of you might be wondering, Grimith, how do you plan on getting back to Seoul? You has no fuels after stopping at Epsilon Gruis. You would think that. Perhaps you're correct, but maybe you're incorrect. Mystery, suspense. I'm a douche, I know. But instead, I bring you some sweet 3DO remix tunes. Some of you are all like, ravel, the PC has it better. And you know, for a few tracks, I I do think the PC version sounds better than the 3DO version, but overall I like the 3DO's soundtrack more, which is why I'm using it here. I know. Besides, the 3DO version brings us such great gifts as the voice soundtracks too, so you get to hear how mortifying the Ur-Quan are. Okay, so here we are in the SPATHI home system, heading towards SPATHI to have a chat here, these good old SPATHI, as soon as I don't coast by the fucking planet. What? 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 That's right. A slave shield is over the SPATHI homeworld now. What? What? And you can actually land on this world now. There is an energy scan. And along with some exotics. What? SPATHI! Did the Ur-Quan, capture them? Report from surface. Captain, this is Lieutenant Robinson. Sir, we have located an alien artifact down here. Perhaps more importantly, we have found something which I think may explain what happened to the SPATHI. And I don't think you are going to like it. We were investigating a large blue machine when Officer Talbot discovered a message glued to the side of the device. Sir, it's a note from the SPATHI High Council. I'll read it to you. Dear Hunems, how are you? We are fine. However, can we thank you for letting us study your planet Earth's slave shield? Admittedly, it took us some time to replicate the technology ourselves, but we are simply delighted with the results. Yes, sirree, we sure love the idea of putting an impenetrable shield around our planet. Now all those evil monsters that we're just about to attack won't be able to eat us. Thanks. I guess this means we won't be able to send you any more starship captains. Sorry. Well, they want to turn on the shield about now, so we've got to get going. I'm sure we'll never ever talk with you again, so goodbye and thanks again. Your friends, the SPATHI Ruling Council. P.S. This machine is a super powerful hyperwave caster that the guy used to trick us into believing that the Grand Master Planet Eaters were coming to destroy SPATHI. We thought maybe you'd like to have it. End of transmission. And that's what happens with the SPATHI. Yes. They go to planet Earth, study the slave shield, give them a few months, and they replicate the slave shield technology around their home world. Thus protecting them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until the Ur-Quan inevitably find out and destroy them for their disobedience. Just saying, it works well until you get to that part. And I'm sure the Ur-Quan would have destroyed them already were it not for the fact that they were distracted in the doctrinal conflict with the Korra. On the bright side, we do have ourselves the Umga Caster. Ta-da! Oh hey, we have the talking pet too.
Captain, the halo device on board this vessel is giving me a headache. Please remove it. Now, Captain. It is foolish to resist. It remains more effective than I thought. You're still able to disobey. Ah, well. What can I do for you, Captain? It is cold and empty. I could use a thermal blanket. Since it is incredibly boring down here, I am using the opportunity to try and get some sleep. The first thing I do is to make sure I have a strong ship and fleet. I consider such a question to be intrusive and impolite, but that is consistent with your behavior. What do you want to know? You mean my superior brain? My mental prowess? I don't want to talk about it. Captain, I don't think you meant to ask about my powers. Didn't you mean to ask about flowers?
Yes! Denari, I wish to know about flowers.
Flowers are beautiful and smell nice.
Yes, they do.
Now, be a good human and leave me alone.
I wish to go now.
An excellent idea, Captain. You
You must have a great deal of work to attend to. Goodbye.
Right, so... Yeah! I asked the talking pet about flowers, and then... Right. More seriously, as you'll notice, the talking pet is so strong that the Taelo shield cannot completely stop it, and thus it is still capable of making suggestions. Like not having you ask about its psychic powers. I'd like to talk to him again, though.
Hello, Captain. It is less than comfy down here in your ship's cargo hold. Please send down some pillows. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about your race?
Consider you want to know.
I'd like to know about your history.
Over 20,000 years ago, my species was happy and carefree, living a life of peace and contentment on the surface of our world, Ventiflork. We spent our time gathering foods, creating art, and compelling each other to do the boring chores. Then, a ship from the sentient milieu landed, and, well, things got pretty complicated. The sentient milieu were a bloodthirsty empire that ruled a large section of the galaxy for thousands of years. If you've heard that the milieu was a cooperative union of sentient species, it's lies, all lies. The Ur-Quan were just a part of the milieu, but their dark and evil hearts infused the entire association with a sinister ambiance. Well, after we'd been in contact with the milieu for a while, they decided to kill all of my species. Now, does that sound like a reasonable, friendly bunch of aliens? Huh? Does it, Captain? No, it does not. Well, the war was over pretty quick. My species lost. Instead of just killing us, the Ur-Quan modified our genes. Our children were born non-sentient, dumb animals. For the past 20 millennia, we Denari have been serving the Ur-Quan in the most demeaning way they could imagine, acting as mindless translators who communicate the words of inferior races. That's good. I was getting sleepy. Goodbye, human.
At least he calls me a human instead of a hunam. How generous of him. Anyway, yes, you'll notice that our friend there, our incredibly evil and immensely powerful friend, contained within our cargo hold. He's got his own set of opinions about what happened. Of course, he knows the truth. Well, maybe he is telling the truth, but, yeah. Now, you'll notice I only have 15 fuel units. And Sol is decidedly greater than 15 fuel units away. However, if I know how the world works, and I just might, I'll give you a minute here. See if this is actually going to work, because if it doesn't, I'm going to feel silly. Devices, Godcaster. I will use it now. Hello? 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 This is taking, thought this would be quicker. Hello? Come here! He's coming, he's coming. Just give him some time.
Your arrival was predicted by our soul crystal's vibrations. We already know why you are here and what you need from us. However, etiquette requires that we act as though we are ignorant of your desires. Now, what can we do for you today?
Yes, having one of these powerful casters allows you to summon the Melnorme on demand. Now, it can take them some days for them to arrive at your vessel, which I conveniently forgot about. But nonetheless, they can travel here anyway. Very useful device this is. Now, I do have some items that I would like to sell. I presume I have some biological data. Otherwise, it would be awkward. So yeah, I've decided to call you, but I don't actually have the fuel oh, shit.
What trade items would you like to buy?
Oh, I guess I can turn this into a...
How much fuel do you wish to purchase?
I wish I I guess I can turn this into another Melnorme information video. I'm just gonna, like, watch football while this plays. I don't know.
Fuel transferred to your vessel.
Thank you. Also, there's another thing you can do if you're really short on resource units. Now that you have the hyperwave caster here, you can go to Sol, sell all the fuel for resource units, leave Sol, call for the Melnorme. When they arrive, use your credits, buy fuel, go back to Sol, sell it all. You exchange 1 credit for 20 resource units. Can be a really great deal. Can be. I wish to buy information, Melnorme.
How wonderful, Captain.
Yes, how wonderful. See you later.
When the Ur-Quan entered Gamma Serpentis, the home star of the Yehat, their queen made a sudden change of allegiance and allied with the Ur-Quan hierarchy. They became Ur-Quan combat thralls. This act was viewed by most Yehat starship officers as ultimately dishonorable, the desperate act of a corrupt regent to maintain her throne. The Yehat shame was greatly magnified by the Shofixti's show of courage when they destroyed their own star system to slow down the Ur-Quan armada. Captain, you have heard all that we have to say about aliens indigenous to this region. Should we learn more in the near future, we shall be certain to sell it to you. We regret to say that you have exhausted our supply of genuinely valuable information. However, we do have many thousands of useless facts, and that we will gladly sell you at a substantial discount. Are you interested? We thought not.
Turns out they only had one more fact. Thank you. Alright.
Very well.
I guess they don't cover whatever. In that case, that's it. The only thing the Melnorme are good for then is purchasing fuel. So any biological units for credits that you collect in the future, it's pretty much not worth doing anything other than fuel. Okay? Okay.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you as well. Thank you for responding to my call and arriving all the way out here. Now, I'm going to use my quasi-portal. And we are going to get closer to... I suppose we'll head back to Earth. Yeah, I suppose we'll head back to Sol. I reckon so. So, the portal that we are looking for then is 506-474. Which would be alright, Shaw. Grooving along with the quasi-space music, which Jeff thinks sounds like the Unsolved Mysteries theme music. And to believe otherwise is to be wrong. What a pity. I have some Umga vessels that I'd like to sell these folks. I want to keep around a Bekunk Fury, and an Aralus skiff. I guess I can sell the Ors vessel. I don't really need that around. SPATHI looter, obviously I'm gonna keep that. Those don't grow on trees anymore, folks. They don't grow on trees. How many alsos are we gonna encounter today? Let's find out!
Captain, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. I have some information I think you should hear. This seems strange to me and I considered not bringing it up, but not long ago 6 of my people fell unconscious simultaneously for no apparent reason. When they awoke hours later, they reported being overwhelmed by a feeling of something very wrong that had taken place. The medtechs couldn't find anything wrong with these crew members, but they discovered one correlation. All 6 of them have exceptionally high Esper ratings.
Well, that's good to know. No alsos. I have some minerals to offload, by the way.
Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome! Can your scientists analyze what I've acquired since my last visit?
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, talking pet life form. Data, this creature is physiologically identical to the so-called Ur-Quan talking pet with one notable exception. It is highly intelligent and evidences strong psychic capabilities. Initial AIQR test rated it well above human super genius, though immediately after we made this shocking assessment, its scores dropped to the normal-subnormal range. Interviews with the subject have shown it to be cooperative, though a Class 4 pan-species psychological profile places the creature far into the furtive, hateful domain. There were also some disturbing incidences where we talked about roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary: everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. The next entry in the analysis is Subject Hyperwave Broadcaster, UMGA Design. Data: this unit is capable of generating extremely intense hyperwave transmissions, though it is otherwise similar to our own casters. Summary: this thing would be great for practical jokes. You could scream boo from an orc cloud to scare the pants or whatever off of everyone in the system. If you used it in hyperspace, there's no telling who might hear you and come running. That's the end of our scientist's report.
Could you repeat that? What was that bit, Commander?
There were also some disturbing incidences where we talked about
Roses, daisies, and other pretty flowers. Summary: everything's okay, nothing to worry about with this cuddly little guy. Not one thing. Alright, that's all I wanted to hear. Yeah,
we shall await your return, Captain.
that's not terrifying at all, is it, folks? Not terrifying at all. To the shipyard we go. And now let's decrew these vessels. Like so. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and dismantle this ores vessel as well. There's nothing that I want to build in its place. However, we will keep around an UMGA ship for funsies. Funsies, yes, funsies. And I will replenish the crew on board the Starluck. And we're good to go. Now, outfit Starship. I've obviously proven that I'm gonna need another fuel module. I'm silly not to have brought that along. And with that in mind, I'm gonna take away one of these storage bays here and put in another fuel system. High-efficient fuel system thing. Crew pods are fine. Gotta go ahead and keep around one storage bay. Don't know if that hellbore cannon back there in the aft is actually helping me a whole lot. I mean, all my stuff homes anyway, and I end up having to turn my ship all the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one and replace it with another dynamo, which should aid my cause, and we could stock up on a bunch of landers. Landers, yeah! That's enough. Let's not get crazy here. And let's go ahead and expend our very expensive resource units. Not very expensive, but I do have a lot to spare, folks. To that. Alright. Now, the Show Fixty have not made their appearance. Not enough time has passed. I don't know what I want to do. Thinking. I guess I could go visit them. Or them. Oh, I know who I'll visit. Okay, that works. Let's go ahead and save the game. I haven't saved it all in this session. Well, that's good to know. Glad nothing came back to bite me in the ass. That would have been bit unfortuitous. Alright, folks, that takes care of this video. We've made it back to Seoul! Woo! Next time, we're leaving Seoul! Yay! For where? Who knows? See you next time.